I better call the gas man. The heating's gone out. In other words, Smeggies, it is cold. I'm going to put my heating on. Morning. Oh, as for the whiskey last night, I only had the one single. I just fancied a whiskey for once. So no, I didn't get drunk. I'm not hungover or anything. But it did help me sleep, and I had some really weird dreams. I dreamt that somebody who watches these videos came up to me and their username was called, I don't know, Birmingham or Nottingham or something like that. And we talked. And my brother was with me, Tony, at some point, where I introduced him to Judge Lucas, who insisted, at first he was like, oh no, I don't want to be videoed and I don't want to sign it. I said, no, I just want to say hello. And then he started giving me all these things, which turned out to be a lot of plasters and a load of other stuff. And I went down this alleyway, and all of a sudden these 5 kids were coming over. Well, I say kids, they were teenagers. And they started saying, do you want to give them us now or after we beat you? And I'm like, we'll see about that. And I proceeded to have this great big giant fight with these 5 kids. And when I say fight, I mean like complete martial arts, super duper fight. Don't worry, it's not real. Where eventually I proceeded to kill one by one. Because I somehow made this, well, I had this club, this big giant stick for some reason. I don't know where that came from. Where I beat the crap out of them eventually. And then when I finished, they started getting back up. After I'd killed them, they started getting back up. Not like zombies or anything. It was just like, let's restart the fight. And I'm like, no, I can't be doing with this. So I go back up the stairs to where I'd left George Lucas and my brother, and Harley, for some reason, he suddenly popped into the dream, even though he wasn't there before. And when I got there, George Lucas had disappeared. And they were asking what's happened. I'm like, I got into this fight, and they were like, it's an hour and a half ago. So I got these plasters out to cover up all the scrapes and cuts that I had. And then we discovered there were these like bottles with muck in them. But the one thing that stood out was George Lucas had given me a card with his details on it. I don't know, at that point I woke up and realised I needed the toilet, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put my heating on. I'm out on field with Harley, and I've realised, despite the fact there's no sun shining, it's still pretty warmish, which is surprising because it's cold in my house. I don't understand that one. I don't get my movie maker sometimes. I've just put it on to finish off Smegchris. I edited it all last night, and when it got to the main title of Smegchris, it replaced it with one of my Smegchris banners. You know what I have at the end where the boxes show up? And I'm like, huh? And then when I changed it back to what it should be, when it got to where it says the tipping point title that comes down like this, it replaced it with the video footage. It's getting weirder, that thing. I mean, it doesn't do it often. I mean, I don't think it's done it for a good few months, but still, why? I don't know. But luckily it was only them 2 things. Oh, I think somebody's fixed the heating outside. I've just realised I've got a lot of things to do. One, I want to get some ironing done. I need to get my washing done. I've got all of those to put away and maybe tidy the house up a bit. And at some point, maybe today or Monday or whenever, I need to get my garden done. But do you know what I need to do first? Shave. I'm all clean shaven and I'm kind of hungry. Oh wait, I've just been to the sandwich shop. So currently this is what I'm looking at. I'm sorting through my comic books, as you can see. And then I noticed FLUFF. And I started following the trail of FLUFF to this poor little guy. Somebody is ripping him to pieces. And we've got evidence to prove it. Look, fluff on the beard. He killed the toy. Yeah, my work's been interrupted. So today's action is we're going to put this across here and see if he fares better having the open living room. We'll see. More of the Asda building update. Oh, framework, yay! Well, he seems happy that we're back. And he wasn't crying when we came home, so that's a good sign. Unfortunately, Tony left his video running on his phone and the battery died. So we're waiting for it to start up again. So we've managed to get the video working on my laptop, and check this out. He's happy as Larry. Look at that. I knew it was that cage, I knew it. Tony and Yanto have now gone home, or on the way home, and we watched the entire video. It turns out it finished about 2 minutes before we walked through the door. The phone, it just shut itself off. And we watched it on the computer, and we didn't watch it all, obviously, we were skipping through, but it seems for about 20 minutes he'd fallen asleep. He might have tried getting out through the barricade that I made for about a minute, if that. And the rest of the time he spent playing with his toys or eating and peeing on the floor. He did that pretty much within the first 5 minutes. But he was happy. He wasn't barking like he has been doing. He wasn't whining. He pretty much was relaxed. And that's a good sign. Putting him in that cage all this time, it's worked, it's helped. Because now he's got more space and he's not that bothered. The same thing I did with Harley. Because when I first got the cage, and every time I went out, even just to the cinema or just going out shopping, I put him in that cage and he didn't like it. And then when I went back to work, I didn't feel it was good to put him in that cage for 8 hours. So I made that barricade and he's quite fine. So it was successful. Anyway, I'm hungry. I'm going to sit down, have some food, watch some TV till bedtime. I'm off. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out. I think it's a good idea to throw that away because Yanto destroyed it. Shall I throw it away? I guess not.